Good afternoon on the East Coast from Savannah, Georgia. We are in Savannah. Hawaii chapter is closed, guys. But it is 12:05 Savannah time, East Coast time. And this is episode 16, Barrels with Breland. I am your host, Breland Almadova. Episode 16, Leadership in the Clubhouse, Youth Sports, and Life. All right? So today we're talking about leadership. Not the title, not the loudest voice, but the kind of leadership that shows up every day. Leadership is influence, and whether you're in a clubhouse, on a youth field, or at home, or at work, someone is always watching. And you know what? Even when you think no one's watching, you're watching yourself. Your mind is going back and forth. Should I do it? Should I do another rep? Should I do this assignment? Should I? And you know what? You know what you're doing, and God knows what you're doing. Boom! So, first part of this episode, this podcast, thanks to the No Filter Network, thanks to Al-Qaeda, the one and only creatine plus electrolyte plus anti-inflammatory supplement, hydration stick pack, coming out soon. Get on the wait list at alqaidaSupplements.com. Subscribe and join the list, learn more. Be ready for that pre-launch because it's coming fast and it's going to be sold out fast. I'm telling you guys. Anyways, Chapter 1, Episode 16, Leadership in the Clubhouse. So, great teams don't just have talent, they have accountability. What does accountability mean? It means the best way I can describe it is being responsible for your actions, taking responsibility. That's the best way I can do it. I can say it. It's doing what you say you're going to do. That's kind of what accountability is. And if you don't, then that's where a leader or someone, a friend, a teammate, a coworker comes in and keeps you accountable, keeps you in line, keeps you up to your standards, up to the morals. Okay? So what real clubhouse leaders do, show up early, prepared and consistent, day in and day out. That's what a leader does. It handles adversity with composure, uses our minds, not our voices. Okay? Leaders listen more, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times more than using the voice. Okay? Leaders respect teammates, staff, and the game. So yeah, there's going to be disagreements. Yeah, there's going to be different opinions of things, but a leader harnesses emotions and doesn't react to an emotional thing. Okay? We pause, we think, and then we act. There is no reaction to an action. It's just pause, think. When you got the knowledge, when you got the right words to say or the right solution, that's when we act. Okay. A leader holds the standards when no one is watching. Just what I said at the beginning of this chapter. So, if coach leaves the room, and let's take basketball, and says, do not leave this court until you've made 10 free throws in a row, and coach leaves, right? Trusting you as players to do that. What are you going to do? Are you going to leave because you want to go home early? Or are you going to stay and make your 10 free throws in a row and maybe even more? Okay, what standard are you holding yourself to when no one's watching? Are you striving for perfection, or are you striving for, what's another P word? P word that's bad. Perfection, or how about perfection for your highest potential, or I'm drawing a blank. I don't know. If you guys think of another P word, that's kind of the opposite of being prepared, I would love to hear it. Okay, so leadership isn't about calling people out. It's about calling people up. A leader finds a way to support and bring morale together and uplift people, and holds people accountable. Okay. A leader isn't, a leader could seem like an asshole, but it's only because that's your feelings. Um, Leaders just hold up to the standards. And if you ain't holding up to the standards, a leader will tell you. And if a leader stops talking to you, that means you're actually doing something wrong. And, it's kind of been a waste of time. If he is going to not talk to you, even as a coach will stop talking to players if they stop believing in you because they don't want to waste your time because you're not holding yourself to the right standards. Okay. The best leaders don't demand respect. They earn it through example. So the best leaders show by example. They lead by example. A leader is someone that does the work everyone else should do, right? So take, for instance, as simple as a group of 4 hitting in the cages, right? And the veteran guy decides not to pick up the balls, but a veteran is always looked at as a leader because he's a veteran. He's been around the game. He has the experience. A true leader that's a veteran is someone that picks up the balls no matter what, and just does the small things correctly because that's what's right. Chapter 2, leading without a title. So you don't have to be a leader, or you don't have to have the title of leader to be a leader. Everyone's a leader, right? You don't need a C on your chest to lead. You don't need the C to be a captain. Okay? In your heart and in your mind, you can be a captain, you can be a leader. All you got to do is the small things, right? Lead by example and do the right things and hustle your ass off. Okay? What can we control? Our energy, effort, and attitude. Energy, effort, and attitude set the tone for every work environment, workspace, team, any group thing, any individual thing. Your energy, effort, and attitude set the tone for how the day's going to go, how the year's going to go. All right? Young players watch veterans closely. Just like as a kid, we watch our parents closely, right? Monkey see, monkey do. So if young players are watching veterans screw off and are not focused, or being lazy, the young players are going to think, well, if he's doing that, I can do that, right? Or if she's doing that, I can do that. So we need, as a leader, as a veteran, we need to be very aware of everything we do because someone's always watching, and either someone's always learning what not to do or what to do. Okay? Leaders serve before they speak. Leaders listen before they speak. Leaders keep an open mind. Leaders help find solutions. Leaders lead by example. Okay? We take action first before we speak. Leaders are someone that people are able to look up to when they don't have an answer. All right? True leadership is felt before it's heard. Leadership starts with energy. It starts with posture. It starts with, in 2026, aura. A-U-R-A. Someone's aura. Someone's energy around them. How someone walks into a room. You can tell if someone's a leader, someone's confident, someone's composed of how they walk. How they hold their shoulders back, head high, like you're 10 feet tall and bulletproof. That's a leader. All right, like nothing phases them. Got it? Got it. All right, chapter 3, guys. Leadership in youth sports. Here we go. Youth sports is where the development starts, okay? So for coaches, you teach fundamentals and values. You teach right from wrong, and you teach how to have fun. It's not about winning and losing. It's about winning and learning, all right? Coaches, let's be consistent. Let's be fair. Let's try stray away from favoritism. Treat everyone the same, all right? Obviously, playtime is dictated by skill level, energy, effort, and attitude as well. Okay, but skill level for youth coaches is kind of what separates the players that are on the field and the players that are not on the field or the court. Okay, so correct with purpose and not emotion. Don't just yell at a kid, because yelling isn't going to do anything. Show them the correct way. If you as a coach can't show them the correct way, then you should not be a coach. If you as a coach cannot in detail explain them how to do it the right way, then you should not be a coach either. But if you can explain in a way that helps them understand, great. Even better if you can show them. If you can show and tell, that's a winning coach. But let's correct with purpose, intention, and a focus. Okay, yelling, harping, getting on a kid just because they did something wrong isn't going to make him do it right. Physical errors are going to happen. Let's try to help these kids with the mental errors, how to think right, what to think, how to think positive, not get down on themselves. Those are things that will help a kid grow and really develop in any sport that they play. Okay. Let's move on to the parents. Parents are a big one because they all think they're coaches, but you know what? You gave your kid to the coach, just like you gave your kid to the school, and you trust the teachers to teach your kid. So how about when it's in sports, let's give your kid to the coach and trust your coach. You're not going to be coaching from the sideline. You're going to be there to support and cheer on your kid. There's no coaching. Leave the coaches to coaches and leave the playing to players and leave the umping to umpires or the reffing to referees. Okay? You are not going to coach your kid because then there's a conflict with your kid. Your kid's looking at the coach while he's also looking and worried about you because he doesn't want to go home to an angry mom or dad because of how they played. It should just be, as a kid, I did the best I can, and it doesn't matter with mom or dad things because they're going to support me no matter what. Okay, so for parents, support, don't coach from the stands. Encourage effort over results. So parents and coaches, that's where you encourage to always do your best, try your best, work your hardest. The results are going to happen, and not every day is going to be the best day. Some days we're going to fail, some days we're not. But those failing days are days for opportunities to learn. Okay, and 3, let kids fail, learn, and grow. In life, the more you fail, the more you're going to learn. Okay. So let them fail. Let them figure it out. We can't be holding their hand or putting them on a leash and telling them everything to do, what to do, how to do it. Let them learn. Let them develop some creativity, some cognitive skills, and let them find solutions. All right, so that they can problem solve. Problem solving is probably the biggest skill we lack in this world now. We need our kids to be raised and grown of how to figure things out. So let's let them fail. Let's let them fall. Okay? It's going to be okay. Youth sports are not a resume. It's a classroom. Okay? It's a study hall. It's where these kids learn, have fun, interact with other kids. Let them be a kid. So, because what you do as a kid, it really does not freaking matter all the way up to high school. Like, it doesn't even matter even after high school. What matters as a kid is that you learn how to have fun. Okay, you learn how to develop skills. And you learn what you like and don't like. That's what being a kid is all about. Okay, it's about making friends, learning a game, enjoying the game, and just doing the best that you can. So, when parents allow coaches to coach, kids learn accountability, resilience, and respect. Okay, so coaches coach, parents parent. Do not coach from the sideline and let the kids play. Okay, Let the Kids Play Foundation by Eric Burns. Great baseball organization to learn from. Okay, it's all about passion, energy, effort. Everyone's going to do their best all the time and give the best that they can. because and then you're going to learn accountability, you're going to learn resilience, and you're going to learn respect. Because no matter what, it's how you do it, not what you do. Okay? How you do anything is how you do everything. Boom! So, Chapter 4, teaching young athletes to lead. How do we do that? I think it's in a leadership's nature to lead. We're not all born leaders, you know. Unfortunately, some have it and some don't. We might have some leadership qualities, but not all can lead. Take the reins, grab the group, and say, "Let's go." Okay, so teaching young athletes to lead. Okay, the best way you lead by effort and attitude. Have a great attitude. Have fun always. Determination. All right. The effort is how determined you are, which then equals your consistency of how good you can be. All right. You treat teammates with kindness, but you treat them with respect. You don't judge. Okay. You treat teammates with accountability by holding them to standards. Okay. You treat teammates as how you would want to be treated. Okay. We listen more than you speak. All right. We always observe more. We are aware, we observe, and we listen. That's a leader. Okay. You respect officials and opponents because all you can control is what you do. We can't control what the umpire or the referee calls, what they do. Okay. All we can do is control our attitude, effort, and energy. You can also control how hard you work, and how hard you work will determine how successful you are. Okay? So let the officials official, let the opponents be, and our job is to do the best we can against that opponent. Opponents are there to teach us what we need to be better at. Okay? And that's it. Other than that, if you do the best you can and be the best teammate you can and do your individual skills and talents at the best of your ability for the team, that's what a leader does. Okay, leadership in youth sports isn't about being the best player. It's about being the best teammate. You could have a player that never plays, but he's the best teammate. That's a leader. Okay. You could have a player that's the best skilled, talented, balls out player on the field, but he's a shit teammate. That is not a leader. Know the difference. Chapter 5. Leadership in life and in faith. All this leadership ties right into faith, ties into what God tells us to do every day, ties into the Holy Spirit of why we are here as a person in human form, child of God, why we are here to serve this earth. Okay. And it's to lead. Lead by listening to God's word. Lead by being more like Jesus. Okay. We lead by faith, not by sight. Leadership doesn't end when the game ends. Okay. Leadership doesn't end when the game does. How you treat people matters. Integrity matters. Humility matters. Okay, God calls us to lead through service, not ego. We need to throw the ego out the door because that's the only thing that hurts us every single day. Ego is selfish. Ego is detriment to our true purpose and potential of this world. We need to step off the ego pedestal and run free. We need to find peace, guys. And the way we find peace is by how you treat others and how you treat yourself. Okay, so integrity, humility, and relationships. Okay, we treat people with respect, with integrity, and with humility, and most of all, with kindness. Your legacy comes from how you treat people, not by what you did. Because what you did reflects on how you treat people. The way you succeed is how you treat people, how you create relationships. Okay. So in Mark chapter 10, verse 45, for even the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve. We are on this earth to serve others. We take care of ourselves in order to serve others. Okay, what can I do for you? It's not about me, because me is the ego. It's not what can I do for you in order for me to get something out of it. It's what can I do for you to help you, for you to be better. Because in the end, how I help you will help myself do the same thing for myself. All right, guys. So, in closing, episode 16, leadership in the clubhouse. Whether you're in a clubhouse, a dugout, soccer field, football field, locker room, every day in life, wherever you are, leadership starts with your heart. Your heart leads. Be the kind of leader you'd want your kids, teammates, and community to follow. Okay, it's always good to reflect on how you reacted to something, and maybe now instead of reacting, put yourself in other people's shoes. Okay, find a different perspective instead of your own perception. If we can put ourselves in other people's shoes, we will start judging less. We will be kind more. We will open a whole new door of thinking and sight into the possibilities that can come. Okay? So, lead by example with your heart. For me, I've never been a big talker until I got to hold someone accountable of doing something they said they were going to do, or to help teach kids and teammates this is a team thing and we need to pick it up. We need to help each other. We don't just walk off the field and leave the place a mess. Okay? When you use something, we put it back. Those are things I hold teammates accountable for, and that's when I have to speak up. If I don't speak up, then I just make sure I go and do it. And that leads by example by showing them what should have been done. And my hope and prayer is they see it and they do it the next day or the next day. Okay? I've never been very outspoken until I see something is wrong and doesn't make sense. I've definitely learned a lot in the last couple of years about accountability, responsibility, taking responsibility for actions, because every action has a reaction. Everything you do, everything we do, there's an action or a consequence to it. So I don't know how to explain it, but just think of past events in your life and just go, well, what if I didn't do it? Or what if I did do it? And then you replay what actually happened after that, or you maybe play what could have happened. So like that kind of gives you a little sense of awareness of how things work in life, because everything's moving. Everything is a ripple effect. It just affects down the line. There's a chain of reactions to every action that we do. And my hope for this podcast is people learn, people open their minds, their eyes, their hearts, and just want to be a better person in general, want to be a better baseball player, want to be a better athlete. And I'm just here to share my knowledge of growth over the last however many years of life and playing professional baseball, traveling the world. I just here to hopefully motivate, inspire, and showcase that anything is possible through faith, and hard work and diligence, perseverance and resilience, because we are all unstoppable. It's a matter of making the choice to be. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Episode 16, Leadership in the Clubhouse, brought to you by Al-Kaya, coming out soon. All in one stick pack, electrolyte plus creatine. Thank you, No Filter Network. And mahalo, guys. Signing out from Savannah, Georgia. Soon to be in Richmond, Virginia for some cosmic baseball, guys. Couple weeks out. Stay tuned. We'll see you next week. Episode 17. All right, we're going to do handling criticism and social media as an athlete. That sounds pretty good to me. So let's lead with humility, serve with purpose, and trust God to guide your influence. Best is yet to come.